Oh, this one was nuts, dude. Tenacious D, friends of the show. They've both been on the show. Kyle Gass. I thought his name was Glass. Gas.
Yes.
And Jack Black were doing a live show in Australia, I believe it was. And, you know,
Sydney.
It was Kyle's birthday, my goodness. And he asked him to make a wish on stage. And, well, here's what he said.
Happy birthday, dear Kyle. Happy birthday to you. Make a wish, Canada. Don't miss Trump next time.
Spicy.
The robot's like, that wasn't me, just for the record. Because I've been seeing the cancel culture, the pro-free speech, anti-cancel culture warriors on the right have taken upon themselves to try to destroy the life of anybody that is, no matter how insignificant or small or private they are. I've seen videos of them going to like a cashier in some random Walmart, trying to ruin this lady's life and get her fired because she made some similar joke.
Right.
Now, are we free speech or not? You know, free speech is about protecting speech you don't like. Okay. Now, do I think it's good to say, you know, don't miss next time? I mean, it's not a joke I would make, although, I mean, I've certainly made, probably is a joke I'd make. But I've gotten a lot wiser.
No. Not this time.
I didn't, though.
You did not.
No, I don't think it's a good joke because I don't believe in political violence, and I think it's horrible what happened, and it's scary and it's just not good. We need to not do political violence. What a loving liberal. That would be good. However, at the end of the day, Kyle Gass did not shoot at the president. In fact, he made a stupid joke on his birthday to a fucking robot on the spot. Okay.
Right.
And so the fallout from this clip is truly.
They canceled the whole tour.
Not only that, so first of all, Jack Black put out a statement, and I'm not going to blame Jack Black for anything. Who knows what external forces are at play and just how crazy people are about this. And to be fair, look, someone tried to kill the president. I mean, that's really bad. That's bad. Very, very, very bad.
Event.
Yeah.
For sure.
Jack said on Instagram, I was blindsided by what was said at the show on Sunday. I would never condone hate speech. Is it hate? Did he do hate speech? I feel like we've forgotten what that word. Isn't that like when you're targeting like a
well, very few people on this planet have been president of the United States, to be fair. They're one of the smallest minorities.
Let me define hate speech, because I've seen people saying that, and I don't know why.
It's definitely not hate speech.
What is hate speech? Well, even hate speech is protected speech, though, just to be clear. Abusive or threatening speech or writing that expresses prejudice on the basis of ethnicity, religion, or sexual orientation. That's what I thought it is.
I thought it was free speech.
It's not hate speech.
Yeah.
Unless Trump is a
he's
sexual...
covering all his grounds.
Identify as Trump? Is that a sexual orientation?
I've always subscribed to that he has ace tendencies, that he's sort of this asexual creature. So maybe
he is definitely not.
He is a sexual minority.
He is. Why do you think he's ace? That man is like raping people, like
right. I guess
feral fucking.
No one slings dong like Donald, dude.
Yeah.
This man's out there grabbing him by the you know what.
So there's a shark 10 yards away from the boat.
I go backstage. They're 15. They look fantastic.
Right.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
Pretty funny. Anyway, he says, I would never condone hate speech or encourage political violence in any form. After much reflection, I no longer feel it's appropriate to continue the Tenacious D tour, and all future creative plans are on hold. I'm grateful to the fans for their support and understanding. That's super hardcore, though. This is like his lifelong best friend. You know what I mean?
I also saw he got dropped by his agent.
His agency, his management company dropped him. Like, what the fuck is happening, man?
Yeah, it's sad to see. I Jack Black throwing him under the bus, I have to imagine that was probably like they jointly decided
Absolutely.
to make that statement just to like cool down the heat or whatever.
Absolutely.
But
For sure.
but yeah, it's a bummer because they've been doing their thing for like 30 years together. You know, they're besties.
It was so cool when we had them on, man.
That
Yeah.
was freaking awesome.
I
Shout out to his son who set that up.
I got to play guitar with them. Like,
Oh, yeah.
that was just so. We
Yeah.
played Master Exploder. That was so cool.
And I got to sing the Haga Nagila.
Dude, that's a
whatever.
viral fucking Jewish clip, man.
The Jews love that
Yeah.
one. Baruch atah Adonai. Or no, that was
Oh,
the
right, when he
Hanukkah
sang.
blessing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been a fan since they first had their HBO show back in the day. Early 2000s or something.
I hope
late
that
90s.
it's just they get back together soon. You know,
I think give it a year. Like, this is definitely not.
my thought
permanent.
when I first saw that was like, they had to have rehearsed that. I feel like, I mean, they had the robot come out. It looked like a whole bit,
Well, it was his birthday. It could have been a surprise.
Yeah.
but he put him on the spot. He's like, make a wish.
Right.
I feel like that's something you would rehearse.
They're like pretty quick on their feet. They're witty guys.
Okay. Well, anyway, there's an episode and a song called "Kyle Quit the Band," which now everybody's enjoying. Nobody's taking it seriously in the fandom. They're all just making jokes about Kyle quit the band.
Well, I've seen a lot of people upset at Jack Black for throwing him under the bus.
I understand it.
Yeah.
I understand. Again, people are
He's like-
so psychotic about this.
Yeah.
That I wouldn't be surprised if him and Kyle were both getting like insane death threats on their families.
And also,
yeah.
and also Jack very publicly came out to endorse Biden. You know. So,
Yeah, he's a lib.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not a. But again, somebody did try to kill the president, so I guess we got to be cool about it for a minute. We can joke about it in maybe like a month. Like clearly, there's going to be a time when we can joke.
Of
about
course. Yeah. I think that's the biggest issue with is the timing. It had been like 48 hours at that point. It's pretty soon. Like
What-
this was very predictable that people would get very mad at him for it.
Listen, if Trump got headshot on live TV, then that would be a lot touchier. But he lived. He got grazed. He got his photo. He won.
You have the morals on that.
And the joke's right itself. It's like the dude got grazed.
Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy.
It is. It is actually. So I
Did
mean,
you see the
I don't
thing,
know.
by the way?
He lived. He's
too deep
fine.
into it, but did you
he's
see
golfing.
Yeah. Did you see the thing about how he has not reached out to the family
Yes.
of the guy who got killed?
Yes, Joe
That
Biden
is
reached out, and
insane.
the guy who died's wife, Joe Biden called to check on her, and she rejected his call.
Jesus.
Trump, on the other hand, has not called her at all. Now, what the fuck are we meant to? You know what I mean? Like,
That is so crazy. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I guess that's the most Trump thing ever, so shouldn't be that
You wouldn't
surprised.
take
also,
the fucking call?
these clutch, grasping, conservative, hypocrite, loser fucks. The wall where the woke meets the wall, whatever bullshit they say about each other, and jerk each other off. We're like
Say we were the last
tap
line of
dancing
defense.
while Nancy Pelosi's husband got fucking clobbered in the head and attempted murder with a hammer.
Of course. Like every
It was the president himself was making jokes on TV
Yeah.
about how's Nancy's husband.
Right.
It was like, so there's zero grace period. There's no blowback. There's no accountability. It's just ridiculous. They have no principles.
No
They're-
shame. No shame at all.
no principles.
Yeah.
Zero. They don't care at all, by the way. And by the way, the other thing about this whole situation that is driving me crazy, like I was watching Pierce Morgan, they were having this debate about it, and this dipshit conservative goes, I don't want to hear anybody talking about January the 7th? 6th? That's what I thought. 7th was our dark day for America, too. We were still working our way through the trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear any liberals talking about January 6th again. It's like, bitch, the guy who shot Trump is a conservative. He's a Republican, you dummy. Why are we not? He was not. If the guy who tried to kill Trump was like, I was watching Rachel Maddow and she radicalized me to want to kill Trump, then I think they'd have a valid point.
Right.
But the motherfucker is a conservative.
Yeah.
This was one of your motherfuckers.
Which is also why I think, I mean, of course there's going to be some talk about it, and especially in like conspiracy circles, we'll probably be hearing about this for years. But as far as like them, the mainstream Republicans harping on this, I wouldn't be surprised if it kind of just fades away pretty quickly, because they don't have a juicy narrative because of what you're saying. Like they don't have like a minority, they don't have a minority to blame it on.
So this is what they're working on. I was listening to Piers Morgan, who I usually think is like at least decently trying to see both sides of something. But on the Trump issue, he's such a hack. He goes, I find it just a little odd. They go into this whole thing. I find it just a little bit odd that he was able to get up there and take that shot at the president. Not like the police, the law enforcement is incompetent, as always. Not like Secret Service, isn't. I don't know anything about Secret Service, but they fucked up. The police fucked up. It's not incompetency. It's always, no, and there's something odd. There's something else going on here, suggesting quite clearly, in my opinion, that there's some conspiracy to allow him to take the shot at Trump.
Yeah.
Some deep, and this is mainstream. This is Piers Morgan, who's mainstream as fuck, talking about like, it's just a little odd. I mean, it is odd how much we invest in law enforcement and their total continued incompetency. Like, how far back do we need to go? Uvalde? How long ago was that? I mean, these people are incompetent. The only reason it doesn't happen more is because people aren't attempting it. I think people would be shocked how easy it would be to do that if you wanted to do that.
Yeah, I mean, that incident seemed to prove that.
And that dude was like not slick, not well thought out, not planned. And I mean,
I have to think that like the actual like Biden's or whoever is currently the president, their security is the A team. You know what I mean? Like they're a little bit more on it. But yeah, I mean, it definitely has been surprising how just a few failures allowed this to happen.
Well, there's actually some really disturbing videos of like, this guy was on that roof for like 10, 15 minutes, and people were like, there's a dude on the roof with a rifle. There's a dude on the roof with a rifle. And
I think it was just a few
about,
minutes, but yeah. I mean, I've seen all the videos too of people. I don't think he was up there for like 10 or 15 minutes.
I think well, at any rate, the video I saw was 5 minutes of people. They synced it up with Trump's speech.
Right, I saw that one
with
too,
people
yeah.
yelling at law enforcement that he's up there, and nobody got on the radio and said, "Get Trump off the stage while we deal with this."
Right.
Like, we have better security at our show. I feel like at our live show. But Bella Simmons says vote, and my point that I hope people bear in mind is this: is that it is terrible what happened, but being shot at does not make him more qualified. All of a sudden,
yeah,
it doesn't change the calculus.
I saw one person. Where did I see this? I guess it was just on Reddit or something. But I just saw this reply that was like, "Damn, seeing that video of him getting shot at, and then a minute later, standing up and pumping his fist. I want a president that." That's made me decide, I'm voting for him. I want a president that can
someone in our
that has that level of vitality. No, it was just on some, I don't even remember where it was. Yeah, I was just thinking to myself, it's like, well, first of all, that person was definitely already voting for Trump. And
yeah, you're right.
But second of all, even if it's like, why do you want a president that can fist pump after getting shot at?
I mean,
what aspect of that?
Listen, to be fair, It was badass.
It was badass. I was
There's
gonna.
no fucking way to deny it.
I
The
was
dude
gonna
got
jokingly
shot.
tweet that he has my vote now, but I was like, people are gonna think I'm serious.
Dude,
but
Definitely not funny.
it was. I still tweeted something. People got upset, but
Wait, what did you do? You did a funny one.
I,
About, yours
I'm
was
more.
really
I
good.
tweeted that don't get your ears pierced at Claire's, and I was
Yeah,
more
that
upset
was
that.
good.
I thought I was the first person to make that joke, and I was like, as I was typing that, I was so excited, and I guess someone beat me to it.
Yeah, that was also. I saw people arguing about it. Apparently, greatness struck several minds at once.
I was literally at Claire's with my niece, and I thought that's why I really thought like, oh, it's fresh in my mind, and then unfortunately,
close, man.
so close.
It's almost
I'll
you.
have my moment. Olivia went viral over break.
Listen.
I'll get there.
Thanks,
It doesn't
Carl.
make it more
Twitter
qualified,
is a game.
and I certainly is not swaying my opinion, nor should I believe it should sway anyone's opinion. That said, it was badass. There's no way to deny it, dude.
Have
He
you
got
seen
shot
the-
in the ear. People were panicking.
That's fine.
I mean, come on. It was.
Do you want?
It was
Is
cool.
it important that your president is
No.
badass?
No.
That's the point I'm making. It's like, why is that a metric?
It's
of
inspiring to see someone who's so brave and fearless. It's inspiring. I can understand why people who are either.
I don't
like,
need my president to be brave and fearless. I don't need
People-
that. That's not
I
really
see
on my
why
rubric.
It would inspire some people
Right.
who
Yeah.
are somehow undecided. Again, I don't know who these people are, but they're out there apparently.
Right.
The fabled swing voter.
When he did that, in my mind, I heard AC/DC. Just
Mm-hmm.
shoot to thrill. Like I know you don't like AC/DC, Dan, but
Well, have you
I
seen
don't.
the 50 Cent
Yeah.
edits?
It was
with
badass.
the Many Men song? Like, this shit goes hard, man. I gotta say.
Now here's a comment. Seems very planned. Not gonna lie. Who poses for a pic after getting shot at? So here's what I need to say to you: is don't be a fucking idiot. Okay, we're not gonna go down the conspiracy road that the morons on the right do about every goddamn stupid thing. Okay, I watched that clip. I saw his reaction. It was not staged. Just don't be a fucking idiot, please.
I
Just-
sent a graphic that shows how close it was.
Yeah.
To just like going straight.
Yeah, I saw
through
that
his
too.
head.
It wasn't staged, okay? It was catastrophic. Shit happens. Let's not be what we hate, okay? Not everything is a conspiracy theory. In fact, most things aren't. Okay? Like, look at this. This is not staged. How do you stage, by the way? Like, you're like, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm gonna just graze your ear. Like,
Some,
I'm sorry. That's a little risky. Don't you think?
Annie Oakley.
It was,
is that the sharpshooter?
Annie Oakley is a sharpshooter.
You're right. Yeah.
I was gonna say dead shot.
Like, that's just not. Don't be a fucking idiot, please.
This
Just put
video
that
is
away.
wild, though. This really demonstrates just how. Look at that!
Yeah, I mean, if he didn't turn his head, he would have got headshot.
Take a look what happened.
It went straight through his brain. Insane.
Yeah, what it's just. Yep.
It's
Yeah.
fucking Neo.
This was not.
Take a
This was not
look
staged.
what happened.
It's not staged. His reaction is very genuine.
Yeah.
The whole thing, the confusion, everything. It was not. It was not staged. Okay. I know. Listen, I understand the impulse to be like, this is all way too good for Trump, and the chances that it just grazed his ear is just so ridiculous. Don't be a fucking idiot, please.